You don't need to tell the world if you have money or not. You don't need to flash it. You don't need to boast or be braggadocious, as they state, right? So these people are normally deemed as S, right? Stable support, so on and so forth, and their color is green. Now, the last one, which would be C, this is conscientious and intimacy, right? This would be blue according to Google, right? I just did some quick research, but I'll point out some stuff in a minute because if you go to a Honda dealership, normally their name tags also have a color code attached to it. I know they do this in certain locations, not every location, but you get the gist of it, right? So, let's talk about this, right? So conscientious and intimacy, they're normally blue. Well, why is that important? Well, because you have people that normally are conscientious. They're thoughtful. They care about others, right? They also want intimacy, right? But they're, how do I say this? As Esther Perel says, into me see. They want you to see them just as much as they see you, right? Because they're probably trying to understand, so on and so forth, to develop that connection, right? And then, of course, in other color coding profiles, they have the color white. These are the peacekeepers or the ones that want peace, and they're also very patient, right? And they're caring and slightly emotional at times, right? So now that we got the colors out of the way of the profile, let's move on to the other stuff, shall we? Point number 2. Why do I think the acronym is funny? For DISC? Well, if you study psychology, as Debbie Ann Lugo Guerrero has, my mother, along with several other people, Vivian Campbell, who's a psychiatrist that likes to experiment on veterans in the VA. It's one of those things where music can also impact one's emotions. If you listen to a sad song, do you feel sad? If you listen to the blues, do you have the blues, right? Are you in your feelings, right? Or if you listen to upbeat music, are you happy? Are you excited? What does that feeling give you, right? Does it come off, right? So if you listen to hip hop, DMX, Rakim, KRS-One, Jay-Z, Lil Boozy, Lotto, Cardi B, etc., what emotion does it make you want to exude, express, so on and so forth, right? And last time I checked, in music, it used to go on CDs, right? A CD-ROM or a disc, so on and so forth. Before, it used to be a record, etc. All right. So, I mean, think about that. Now we have, well, MP3s, your phone, social media, etc., but it has to get played somewhere, right? So let's continue. That was point number 2. There's just a little reason why I think the disc profile is just like an entendre, a metaphor, or analogy for so many things, as I stated in my online lecture series called Class, which is Creativity